In China, a large-scale recall of power banks has recently made headlines. This was triggered by the use of battery cells from an upstream supplier, Amprius, which affected major brands like Romos and Anker, leading to the recall of millions of units. Some battery cells even had their 3C certifications revoked, prompting China's civil aviation authorities to ban power banks without valid 3C certification or those under recall from being brought on board flights starting late June. The issue first surfaced on March 20, 2025, when a Romos 20,000 mAh power bank caught fire in the luggage compartment of a flight from Hangzhou to Hong Kong, forcing an emergency landing. Investigations revealed the cause to be a short circuit in the power bank. Shortly after, two more similar incidents occurred on May 31st and June 13th, involving other flights. During follow-up investigations and insurance assessments, manufacturers began internal inspections, and one by one, they discovered the same root cause: battery cells sourced from Amprius. So, which specific models were affected? I have put them on the screen. If you're concerned about whether your power bank is affected, the best course of action is to visit the brand's official website and check the latest information. Many models across multiple batches are being updated frequently. Brands impacted include Romos, Anker, Ugreen, Basis, Xiaomi, Aky, and others. Some of them have had several to dozens of 3C certifications suspended or revoked. So far, Romos has recalled over 500,000 units, and Anker has recalled more than 1.7 million units. If you think other brands are safe, think again. The issue wasn't caused by any single brand's mishandling, but rather by a common battery cell supplier, Amprius. According to media teardown reports, all the problematic units used Amprius cells from two specific batches, Model 126280 and Model 126390. These were produced roughly during Q1-Q2 of 2023 and Q2 of 2024. Although these cells were supposed to be manufactured in-house by Amprius, they outsourced production to a factory in Jiangxi province. While the factory initially submitted samples made with high-quality separator film, it later cut corners during mass production and switched to cheaper separator materials. This caused lithium dendrites to form more rapidly, sharp structures that can pierce through the separator and cause internal short circuits, which in turn lead to overheating and fire. That's why even brands that haven't issued recall notices yet can't be considered completely safe. Of course, some manufacturers remain unaffected, particularly smartphone brands like Apple, Samsung, Oppo, and Huawei. That's because their power banks use battery cells originally made for smartphones, which are held to stricter quality standards. In fact, when phone manufacturers first launched its power banks, the goal was to repurpose surplus smartphone-grade battery cells. Since phone production doesn't always match cell procurement one-to-one, this was a way to maximize leftover inventory value. These smartphone brands were never trying to compete head-on in the already crowded power bank market, which explains why their sales volume was relatively low. But that low volume came with a silver lining: higher quality. Phone-grade battery cells are significantly more reliable than typical power bank cells. So while these Apple and Huawei models may be more expensive, they're now considered some of the safest power banks on the market. Let me know your thought in the comment.